Welcome to the Ecumenical Church of Occitane's Advent and Christmas Carol Advent calendar. Each day during Advent we will reflect on one well-known Advent or Christmas carol, as well as looking at paintings of the sort that often appear on Christmas cards. We hope you'll join us every day as we prepare to celebrate again the birth of Jesus Christ over 2,000 years ago. December the 20th, Ding Dong Merrily on High.
Ding dong merrily on high, in heaven the bells are ringing. Ding dong merrily the sky is ringed with angels singing. Gloria, Hosanna in excelsis.
We continue a Burgundian theme today. The tune of Ding Dong Merrily was written by Toineau Arbeau from Dijon in the 16th century in his book Orchésographie, a collection of dances. This particular dance was called Branle de l'Officiel. A branle was danced by couples either in a line or a circle. The verb branler means to shake, wave, sway, wag or wobble, so you can imagine what sort of dance it was. You can find the dance Branle Officiel on YouTube, danced by a group in 16th century costume called the Historical Dance Society. It's a sort of square dance, and it helps to explain the length of the word Gloria in the chorus of the carol. It keeps the dance going. The Church of England has never been short of eccentric priests, and George Ratcliffe Woodward was no exception. He became vicar of Little Walsingham in Norfolk in 1882 and made Walsingham into the high church citadel it is today. There had already been controversy with the previous incumbent of Walsingham, who had replaced the church band with a brand new organ. Now this movement of throwing out the church band and bringing in an organ was replicated throughout much of the country, causing outrage and dissension, as is chronicled in Thomas Hardy's novel Under the Greenwood Tree of 1872. But it was in Walsingham that a local farmer placed a charge of gunpowder under the new organ and blew it up along with a window in the south transept in 1866. When George Ratcliffe Woodward arrived at Walsingham in 1882, he greatly extended the high church revolution there. Holy Communion was now celebrated every week and during midweek services, rather than fortnightly, and a robed choir replaced the old parish singers, who sang choral evensong each day. A variety of vestments and candles were also introduced. Woodward himself played the euphonium during processions. He was also very keen on bells and bell ringing. A biography of Woodward was written by a much later vicar of Walsingham, John Barnes, and it was the same John Barnes who later recommended that I be trained for ordination. Now we need to get back to today's carol, Ding Dong Merrily. It was Woodward's interest in both carols and Renaissance music and dance that led him to write, among other things, a Cambridge Carol book in 1924, which includes today's carol, sung to the tune of Branle Officiel. To me, it evokes Merry England, with steeple bells ringing, priest and people singing, matins and evensong, and so on. Having been ordained priest, in part thanks to the above-mentioned John Barnes, my first incumbency was as vicar of Dartington in South Devon, a church frequented in the 19th century by those leading lights of the Oxford movement, John Henry Newman and Harold Froude, whose father was vicar of Dartington for some 60 years. Dartington is in the Diocese of Exeter, so Exeter Cathedral is the mother church, and I had many opportunities to visit it. Exeter Cathedral is a great place to experience what is called the English decorated style, a very special phase of English Gothic architecture that began in the late 13th century and continued up to the middle of the 14th century or so. It involved a new curvilinearity of form, especially in window tracery, reverse curve arches, so-called ogee arches, and a greater plasticity in sculpture. In our picture today, you can see some of that style in the windows, but also in the grace and plasticity of the sculpture. This is the so-called Minstrel's Gallery on the north side of the nave of the cathedral and dates to around 1340. There is an important link with Christmas today at the cathedral, since during evensong on Christmas Day, the choristers go up the spiral stairway to the chamber behind the gallery where they sing carols. The 14th century sculptures show 12 angels playing different musical instruments, including a fiddle, a gittern, a harp, a citole, bagpipes, a shawm, a timbrel, cymbals, a portable organ, and a trumpet. Ding dong, verily the sky is riven with angels singing.